In this video we are going to see about the implementation of cursor based linked list. Now what is the need to have a cursor based linked list? Because we already have the linked list which works with the pointers, but there are some languages like Fortran, Algol and Basic, they do not have pointers to maintain the successor element in the linked list. So for such languages, if you want to create a linked list in such languages, cursor based linked list will help us. So basically what is a cursor? Cursor is nothing but the integer value only. So we are going to maintain the index of the next element in the form of an integer. So that will tell that where the next element will be. Okay, so we will be simply using the arrays in order to maintain the linked list. Okay, so how the implementation will be done using the array of records. So how to declare the array of records? This is an example, so which is more similar to the structure. So in structure what we usually do is that we have different members and each member can have different element type. Okay, so here also the same can also be done. So here we'll be creating array which is named as space, and the size of the array is 1 to max of the record, and the element, so we are going to store the element in this array, so and its type. Okay, so the next, so this is the next variable, as similar to the successor element in case of your simple linked list. So here it is declared in the form of an integer only. Okay, so there is no pointer over here. Okay, so this is an example that we have a array of records, so where we have two field, one is element and the other one is next. So here this entire field will be called as the element and this field will be called as the next. So all the next are integers. So we'll be having two lists in this particular array of records. One is called as L and the other one is called as M. So L head represents the starting of the L list and M head represents the starting of the M list. Okay, so here it is 5, right? So if you go to 5, you have the first element called as A, and its successor will be in the 8th index. So in an array you have to go to the 8th index. So here you have the second element B and its successor is in the 3rd index, so you will go to 3 and it contains the element C. So whenever you have a 0 in the next position, which will tell that it was the end of the list. Okay, so the L, as similar to your linked list, will be represented in this way. Okay, similarly for the M head, so it starts from 1, so you have D and the next is stored at 7 and E and 0, so that was the end of the list. So M contains only 2 elements. And in addition to the other list, we have by default for any array of records that we are creating to implement the cursor based linked list, will have a list called as available. So the use of available is that all the free cells will be stored in case of your available, and 9 represents that where available starts. Okay, so you go to 9th location, so this is the first free cell that you have. The next free cell is 10 and the next free cell is 2 and the next free cell is 4 and the next is 6 and then 0 means that was the end of the available list. Okay, and the syntax to access the element in the next is this. Okay, so you have space, that is the name of this array, and then you have a square bracket. Inside that you have to give the position. Okay, so where we are going to access. Okay, so L head means here it is 5, so this will be an example of space 5 dot element. So if you go to 5, the element is A, so the answer will be A here. Okay, and L head dot next means it was the next position, so this is 8. Okay, so that the answer is 8 over here. And now we'll look into the different procedures how to implement the cursor based linked list. The first procedure is to initialize the linked list. So anyway, whatever might be the data structure that we are going to learn about, we will be looking into different operations of it. The first is creation. So here it is in the form of initialization. Okay, so after creating the array of records, we have to initialize it. Okay, so how initialization being done is that we have a temporary variable called as I here, and we will be running a loop from I1 to max size minus 1. So here in this example the max size is 10, so from 1 to 9, 10 minus 1, 9. Okay, so what the initialization will do is that we will be just making the next to be the next number. So why we are doing this, the next number? Because initially the entire array is empty, so we will be telling that who will be the next. Okay, so for 1 second cell is the next The second index is the next, for 2 3 is the next, and for 4 5 is the next. So likewise it goes till the max size minus 1, and for the max size the next is 0 because that was the end of the list, to indicate the end of the list. And initially all your array of record will have been empty, so you'll be starting the available from 1 itself. Okay, so when you look into the example here, the max size is 8, so till 7 you have been adding the successor as the next element. So for 1 2 2 3 3 4 4 5, likewise we have went till max size minus 1, and then in the max size we'll be putting 0 because that was the end of the list. Okay, so the next function that we are the operation that we are going to see in the cursor based linked list is called as move. So what this function will do, it will move a memory cell from one list to the other one. So you are maintaining a 2 list, so you want to move one memory cell from one cell to the other one, then in that case you can call this function called as move. So it has 2 arguments. One is the first cell from where we have to move one cell to the other, so it's like a source and destination. Okay, so here again we have a temporary variable called as temp, and it is of type integer only. So what is the first condition that we are checking is if the first list is starting with 0. Okay, so in that case it means that such list doesn't exist, so we can't able to move, so we'll be returning false. And remember, this move function will have a return type of boolean, so if successfully moved means it will return true, or else it will return false. Okay, so if p is not 0, in that case it will come and execute this else part. So in else part we have 4 different statements, so that 4 statement will actually maintain the list completely, and it will move one particular memory cell from P to Q. Since we already know the linked list, I am just giving you or illustrating the 4 lines with an example of 2 linked list. Okay, so how a particular memory cell will be moved from P to Q. So you have a P. So for example, if this is the head, okay, so it stores the address of the starting node, and Q, it stores the address of the next list. Okay, so our objective is to move one memory cell from one cell to another one. So first is so this link will be enabled first. Okay, so we'll be having temp. So temp will be assigned to Q will be assigned to temp. So Q contains the first element of the list, and that address will be assigned to temp. So that will be done here, and then Q is equal to P. It means that the entire list P will be assigned to Q. So the P head contains the address of the first element, so that will be assigned over here. So this link will be enabled. Okay, and in the third line what we are doing is P is equal to space Q of next. So space Q of next means actually Q initially contains this value. Okay, and then after reassigning, Q is pointing to this, so Q's next means this cell. Okay, so that will be assigned to P. So if that was the case, then this link will be enabled. That's why I indicated 3 over here. And the fourth line, what we do is that space of Q dot next is equal to temp. Okay, space of Q dot next is equal to temp means Q dot next, Q is this, and Q dot next is this field, and that will be assigned to temp. Okay, so temp is pointing to this element, so this link will be enabled. That's why I pointed this as 4. So once all these 4 lines will be executed, then this particular memory cell is being moved from P to Q. So now Q will contain, so Q of head will contain, so it already have 3 cells. In addition to that, one more cell will be added to it. Okay, so all these 3 will be the existing one, and this comes from P. Okay, and this is how a cell being moved from one list to another list. Okay, so now what is the use of this move? We'll be making use of this move function for the insertion and deletion operation to be done in the cursor based linked list. Okay, so insertion, how insertion can be done. So the requirement of insertion is which element we are going to insert, that will be passed as an argument, and to which list we are going to insert, that will also be passed as an argument, and P is the position. Okay, so remember, in case of your insertion, we are going to insert this particular element X after this position P. Okay, so if P is 3, then X will be inserted at the 4th position. Okay, so that has been given here. So insert x after the given position p. Okay, so how it will be done? So initially, if your position is 0, if your position is 0 means then you are supposed to insert x in the first location. So if you are inserting that in the first location, it means that initially the entire linked list is empty and you are creating the first list. So we will be taking one free memory cell from available to the new list L. Okay, so we are going to create a new list L. So taking one memory cell from available to L, and we are going to insert that element as the first element for your newly created list L. Okay, so that was the meaning of these two lines. And if, for example, if you already have a list called as L, then in that case the position might not be 0, it will be something else. Okay, so let me take my position to be 3. Okay, so p is equal to 3. In that case, so at fourth position you have to insert the x. So we will be moving one memory cell from available to list L at the fourth position. That's why I have given space of p dot next. Okay, so at the fourth position, and then space of p dot next is actually 4. So space of 4 dot element will be your x. Okay, so the x is assigned to the fourth position. So this is how it will be done in case of your insertion in the cursor based linked list. Okay, so here is where we will be using the move function. So if it has been successfully moved, we will be returning true, or else it will be written false. Okay, so in deletion routine, so again we will be having two arguments. One is the list at which we are going to delete, and at which position, after which position we are going to delete that. So if you give p is equal to 3 means then the fourth element will be deleted. Okay, so if p is 0 means then the entire list is supposed to be deleted. That is what the meaning of p is equal to 0. So the entire list L will be moved to the available, so the available will be adjusted as such, and something else, so other than 0. So for example, if it is 3, then it was like 3 dot next, so which will be 4. So 4 will be moved on to the available. It means that the fourth element will be moved on to the available, so there is no more fourth element here. Okay, so here is where actually the move functions have been done. So this will be returning a true or false. Okay, so if this deletion cannot be done, in that case it will return false, so the deletion cannot be done. Okay, so insertion and deletion operation will be held using upon using the move function, which has been discussed over here, and then initialization. So that's it about the cursor based linked list.